Hello everyone, CryptoEat here. So today I want to talk about TRX for a possible short trade. I'm gonna first start by reminding you guys this is by no means financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just me charting and sharing what I think. So first here, TRX, I'm gonna start by doing a macro analysis. Then I'm gonna talk about the possible short trade and what the other possible scenarios are. Okay, so let's start. So first let's start by drawing this trend line resistance that has been respected for over a year, and which actually broke at early 2023, and then at the same time we have a possible support here. Depends on how you draw it, but somehow I'm biased towards a triangle, so I'm just gonna draw this triangle here like that. And then, as you can see, you could draw an ABCDE correction, and even if this is logical or not logical, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we had a breakout out of this triangle or out of this trend line resistance, and after the breakout, as you can see here, this entered into an ascending channel and has been respecting it for almost a month now. So now let's get into the possible alternatives for how this could play out. So first option is for this to be a bullish ascending channel, and for that bullish ascending channel to break out it upwards and like in a strong upwards movement. Usually this happens with bullish ascending accumulations in the form of channels, and this could either happen like that, or the second scenario is that this breaks out first and then retests the channel from the top and then goes up again. So these are the two possible bullish scenarios, and then the next possible scenario, which is the bearish scenario, or at least for the time being bearish scenario, based on which I am basing my trade here, is for this to be probably now correcting. And the reason for that is if we start counting this one now on the macro scale following the ABCDE breakout, or the ABCDE correction and then the breakout, this ascending channel was probably like a leading diagonal of Elliott waves, and then this was wave 1, and probably now we started wave 2 already at the peak, and probably this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be looking like that if we try to draw it as neat as possible using the fib levels. Could possibly be something like that, but doesn't matter where 3 and 5 will end up. For now, let's just focus on wave 1 and 2. And for wave 2, we could be probably now be at the end of subwave B up. If you can see, B now is almost at the golden pocket. It's now at 0.618. And this trade is based on us now entering wave C. So as I said, this is one possible scenario based on which we're gonna take the short trade. But in order to explore the remaining possible scenarios, let me just start by drawing some confluence by drawing a resistance box. And as you can see, this box historically, if we were to draw it, we're gonna have to base some of it based on previous resistances or supports, and the same for the top. So if we were to draw it, I personally were to draw it like that, there's no way of perfectly drawing it in this case because we have lots of levels there. So this is how I'm going with it now. So as you can see, this has been tested multiple times from the bottom. And at the same time, it has been tested here multiple times from the top. So at the end, this is how I would have it look like. So the reason why I think this could possibly be reversing here is if you look at it from an MTF wave indicator perspective, and you start by analyzing this wave 1 for it potentially being done. Usually, as you know, you should be selecting a time frame where this stochastic wave can be visible on the where it starts with the channel, okay? And when you do that, what you get is that this now on the 7-day chart is tapping up, and hence if we pick that last wave up, which is probably the B wave, and you zoom in on this one by marking the start of it and then zoom in on the 12-hour, you get another stochastic wave, a full stochastic wave, I mean the green one. And possibly there's an argument for this possibly being done here, and that the green wave is gonna start dropping down, and that the gray is also gonna now finish this tap up and start going down into reverse. And then if you were to select this last wave in order to get another confirmation by marking the start of it, where I'm drawing this vertical dotted line, this one I just marked, you could then head towards the 90-minute time frame, and let's just analyze this one there. And when you do that, what you get is also something that could look like a possible stochastic wave, and at the same time it's faking up at the end of it. So this is also strengthening the current bias. And if you move one small time frame down, for example the 72-minute time frame, and if you're wondering why I use this time frame, I've explained it before, but for now you can see here this is a fake up as well, and also the green one is looking like it's diverging slowly downwards. It's not very neat neither here or on the 90-minute, but at the same time this is like the third time frame we're looking at. We don't have to continue zooming in, it's just for extra confirmations. Another possibility here is for this MTF, since this tap did not reverse very clearly, that we get like a small V, and this just pulls all of its strength and then pops up very hard, probably either wicking hard upwards or just touching the channel upper resistance. That's also a possible scenario. And now moving on to the trade setup. As I said, now the short is here, so the entry is gonna be here, and in order to be able to set the stop loss and take profit, let's just analyze this one. So I would be more comfortable setting my stop loss with a bit of a buffer zone above the red box. So this is why I set it now at this particular price. It's now around 6.3% stop loss. And for the TP, what I would be doing is I would be aiming somewhere between the 0.5 and 0.618 fib retracement level. But in particular, what I'm aiming for here is, when you look here, we've had very significant resistance before breaking upwards. And therefore, when I set my TP, I put it a bit higher than this support. And as you can see, when we draw the fib levels here now, this is somewhere between the 0.5 and 0.618. So there's where I would be comfortable setting my TP. And as you can see, this puts us about 20% TP, while the stop loss is about 6.3%. Actually, the stop loss, if you want, you can take it a bit tighter. You can take it actually much tighter, but I like to play it like that. So this puts us at a risk-reward ratio, or a reward-to-risk ratio of 3.22. So in order just to sum up the options and the alternatives here, this was the alternative 1. Based on it, we're taking our short trade, and option 2 would be for this to continue until it hits the upper resistance, of the channel, and then from there we start wave B. From there wave B actually ends and we start wave C. And then the third scenario would be, as I explained at the beginning of the video, a breakup from there, and then a fully bullish scenario, like going parabolic upwards, and that would be scenario 3. Anyway, so just to revise here quickly for the MTF zoom in method, the zoom in time frames we used, we started with the 5-day time frame for our general analysis, and the 5-day time frame we could see the full stochastic RSI wave that was starting in the ascending channel, and then we moved one time frame below to the 12-hour, and on the 12-hour we selected the last one, and we moved to the 72-minute or the 90-minute time frame. And there as well we were seeing this stochastic wave reversing downwards with a fake up, which was the third time frame we were looking at. And actually an interesting thing to see is, if we were to zoom in for a fourth time, let's just say to the 6-minute time frame, and I've also explained before why I use this one, you can see that this one also showing a stochastic wave while faking upwards. So this is for people who like precision scalping. They can zoom in another time. For this trade it wasn't necessary, so I didn't mention it at first, but I just wanted to check it out now. So that's pretty much it. Anyways, I hope by the time I upload the video it's not too late for you guys. Let's see anyway, and good luck.